Welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. In the last episode, we accomplished quite a lot. We reached the island of Tinadir, which is the main hub here of Evendim, and we started progressing along some epic storylines with Amarthael. We finished Book 9, ready to start Book 10. We also continued the quest of reclaiming Aragorn's sword, and they gave us a bunch of quests to talk to some people in other maps, so I kind of want to start by taking care of those real quick. So let me travel to Estelden. So I need to talk to somebody in Estelden, to Barakan in Barakan's camp. I need to speak with Elrond, and then also some of the Earthkin in the North Down. So I just want to do those real quick, that way I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't want them to fester in my quest log forever, like these types of quests usually do. Let me quickly take care of all that. Hopefully quickly. Hopefully these loading screens don't kill me when I'm trying to do all this. Little bit of lag going on. That's alright. And let me see what I can do here. Oh yeah, don't want to be doing these just yet. Not ready for them. Those bounty quests. I will come back to them. They are on my spreadsheet to do. But the time is not right. Need to speak with Nethor. And there he is. Or she, I guess.
What do you need?
Kalinglad sent you? Huh. And here I thought they might need your help even more than we. But it is true that the matters here are not to my liking, for the orcs outnumber our forces greatly, and it is only a matter of time before the last bastions of the north come under attack.
Might I take a moment of your time?
So I think this is on my spreadsheet as well, so I'm going to have to come back to this one. Not sure. Man, I had some of these and I put them on the auction house. I could have just completed it right now. That's okay. I'll have to come back to that. Oh yeah, it is on my spreadsheet. I remember that quest specifically. Now let me see where the Earthkin camp is. Oh, all the way over there? Dang, man, that's far. Yeah, that's far. Alright, we're gonna fast forward this. We're gonna go fast forward style. Alright, here we are.
We are only simple hunters of the Lema.
Angmar pushes against us hard. There is much help we could use. Thankfully, I've already helped all these people out. Alright, so next up, freaking game keeps going to the desktop. If you guys know why the game keeps minimizing automatically, just let me know, please. It's getting really annoying. Anyways, next up, we are going to go to Rivendell. That way we can talk to Elrond and then also Barakan. Alright, let me begin with Master Elrond here. Or maybe I should just do Barakan first. Let's do that. Let's go to Barakan's camp. It's always nice to come back to Rivendell, not gonna lie. Can't remember if there's a pony directly to Barakan camp or
What
not.
can I do for you?
Let's see. There's not. I'm trying to... Hold on, let me take a look here. This is... Whatever, let's go to Thornhead for now, and hopefully that works out, I don't know. And let's see, Barakan's all the way down there, so I should be able to take a pony.
Megovanen.
There we go. Excellent.
How can I be of service?
So the Rangers of Evendim have sent you to help. There we go. And then let me return to Rivendell again. That way I can speak with Elrond. Looks nice here at night. Alright.
Will you lend me your aid once more?
It is good that you have come. We are in dark times and there is much to do. I have heard of your deeds in Evendim and believe you can help bring a light to these lands as well. Alright, so we're done with that. Let's go ahead and go back to Evendim. Again, this quest ring is because of Volume 2, which I'm not ready to do just yet. Back to Evendim we go. Alright. Let me open up my quest tracker, make sure I fill it up here with some junk. Let's do that. First of all, let's come here. A lot more quests here as well. Kulang I've been looking for a while.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
You come from Lord Glorfindel himself? Well then, you are welcome here. It is a great honor to receive a messenger from such a renowned elf. Erkiel, you say? I know not that name. There are few elves who come to these lands, and those are mostly travelers, not residents. Still, it may be... I have heard tell of an uncanny glade across the lake on the northwest shore. That shore is dangerous these days, but they say the glade itself is different. If an elf lives anywhere around the lake, it would be in or near that glade. Go if you will, but be wary.
Will you hear my sorrows?
I have come into possession of a riddle, Kippen, that may lead the way to buried treasure. A Dunedain landholder buried something somewhere in Evendim, fearful that it might be taken by the Witch King's forces if Fornos fell. It seems that the landholder's line was extinguished in battle, his lands abandoned, but I believe that his treasure remains unfound. Here's the riddle, Kippen. Not only directions I have found, and those not easy to come by. 2 roads pass through green fields, 4 kings watch the meeting of the ways. I do not know where this might be, but there is a crossroads east of Tinadir. Perhaps this riddle speaks of the crossroads of Canadiac. I think that's that place with the Four Kings statue that I mentioned, I think, in the previous episode. Alright, let me talk to this bad boy.
What do you need?
You have been sent by error here? Good. We have need of trustworthy warriors to help us against the growing threat of robbers and the like that have grown up in recent months here. For we are few, and it threatens to overwhelm us.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Greetings, Kippen. You have arrived at a difficult time. We have been stretched terribly thin by the incursions of the Angmarim into our lands and by the numbers of lawless brigands that have been stirred up by the gathering clouds of war. It is against the latter which I hope you can aid us. The bands of the Tomb Raiders have become so bold of late that they have taken to wearing sashes of allegiance to their various unsavory leaders. I would have you bring me these sashes as proof of their defeat. If you can do this for us, then I will see to it that your name is regarded well among the wardens of Annuminus. Sweet. And then there's that right there. That's for that one quest. And then there's a quest ring here. There we go. That guy right there.
Would you do something for me?
Have you seen the creatures called salamanders? They are rather akin to worms, but seem to be an entirely new breed of creature. We have not seen them in Evendim until recently when Til Ruinen, the island on the west side of the lake, became infested with the creatures. At night, the island seemed to be burning with the flames of these strange beasts. A number of salamanders have also been seen in Barrendel, south and east of Tinadir. Could it be that the creatures are spreading? Venture to Til Ruinen, if you are willing, and discover the source of this plague of salamanders. There is a ruin in the center of the island called Tolubel. Perhaps some clue to the origin of the salamanders may be found there.
How can I be of service?
Your actions speak well of your skill and bravery. Would that I could reward you more handsomely for your efforts, but our resources are drawn thin, and our thanks must suffice for the time being. So I already had some sashes here in my inventory, it looks like. I don't see them. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those meta items that automatically bind to you. Alright, perfect. And then finally, let's go in here into the Keep of Tinadir itself for the epic quest. It's quite nice in here, not gonna lie. Sweet. How epic is that? It's pretty epic, I would say. Alright. Enough clowning around. I think he said take a right. So let's go through here and see what awaits us. It should be Laird study here. Pretty nice room he got.
What do you need?
It is good to see you again, Kippen, but we seem cursed to meet always in sadness. The happier day of which I spoke in our last meeting, alas, has not yet arrived, and the days seem to grow darker still. Amarthael has revealed herself and sits now in judgment within the ruins of Annuminus. Her armies fight within the streets and beneath the shadows of the towers against the Dunedain. This much you know. But there is more about Angmar's new regent than is known to Calanglad and the Rangers. I have written down much of the story in this letter. Read the tale and bring it to Calanglad so he may decide what can be done. You must do this with utmost speed, Kippen. More than the city of Dunedain rests upon the answer to Amarthael's challenge. Alright, let me read Calanglad's letter here. Calanglad, I have set this tale in writing so you will understand the dangers that await not just Evendim but all of Middle-earth if the Dunedain should fail to stop Amarthael's ambitions in Annuminus. The situation now seems grim, but it is with a heavy heart that I must tell you that these dark days are as nothing compared to the fate that awaits us should Amarthael succeed in the errand she pursues. Have you heard of the Champion of Angmar? Such was the title Amarthael bore at the height of her master's power, and before her, the good people of the north quailed. The armies of the Witch King marched behind her on Fornost, and Fornost fell. Much of her strength came from a ring, Narquil, one of the lesser rings, and such things are accounted but still possessed of great power and evil. With Nazgûl upon her finger, all who beheld Amarthael lost any desire to stand against her. Some tried in vain to flee, while others set down their weapons bewitched by her terrible beauty. All fell beneath her vicious blades, for Nazgûl raised in the champion of Angmar a terrible bloodlust. There would be no mercy for the fallen. And yet hope was born upon the winds. The coming of Irnir of the south and of Glorfindel from the east signaled a change in our fortunes. Fornost was retaken. Something happened to Amarthael during the Battle of Fornost, something her master never expected. The champion of Angmar was defeated. History does not record the name of the elf who laid her low, beyond the guess that he was of Lindon, but Amarthael fell before his elf knives, and her ring was lost. Nazgûl and Amarthael vanished from all knowledge. The Witch King fled, his forces routed. But now Amarthael has returned from out of the darkness, and worse, she has obtained a Palantir, one of the seeing stones of old. There can be no question she will use it to learn the location of Nazgûl, the ring she lost so long ago. Perhaps she has already done so. That must be the focus of your attack, Alanglad. The Palantir must be taken from her. Amarthael is a dangerous foe of herself, but if she reclaims Nazgûl and strides at the head of her armies, the threat she poses will be magnified 100-fold. This must not be allowed to happen. That the city has fallen to her is tragic, but the Palantir must be recovered at any cost, even should it mean the Dunedain lose Illuminus forever. I will ask my good friend to deliver this letter to you, but that is sadly all I can do. My part is thus in this tale has been overlong already, and I weep for it. Laerden. Alright, interesting. Pretty interesting developments. So let me kind of come through here and explore the Keep of Tinadir a little bit more. Can't really go in deeper that way. But let's see if there's anything on this side. So it looks like I don't have the corresponding quest just yet, so we'll be back to it, no worries. So lots of work to be done. Let me see if I can find any more of these things, the jetsams. Looks like they should be all along the shoreline here. And maybe one more after this one and I'll be good. Bunch of blueberries, not interested in that junk. There is the final jetsam. Alright. So let me get rid of this for now. Alright, so lots of stuff. Let me first turn in this quest, and then I can also advance the epic quest line. Alright.
What do you need?
You have returned Kippen and with some shards of Evendim's history, I trust.
Stay a moment.
You have recovered quite a few artifacts and bits of pottery from the shores of the lake, Kippen, so now we need to sort the valuable pieces from the rest. I have been separating the pieces I have collected by size on each of these mats, so if you do the same, I would appreciate it. Then I can examine them easily for clues to their history. It should not take long. So let me go ahead and sort all these out. Perfect.
How can I be of service?
Thank you for your help, Kippen. Natham thinks such efforts are fruitless and that any time spending out of battle with the tomb robbers is time wasted, but I disagree. We must salvage whatever remnant of our history from them we can, whether through combat or the avoidance of it. You have a good heart and a helpful spirit, Kippen. I believe that you are indeed a friend of Aragorn, and I will tell Calenglad as much. Thank you again for your efforts. Now let me see if I can turn any stuff in here. Heavy sword sheaths. I can do one of those. And then what else? I got some sticky filths. Heavy carapaces. And some broken short somethings. Broken long swords. That's not what I have, I think. Where was it? I just looked at it. There. Broken short bows. There should be that second one there. Alright. And who do I turn all this junk into? This guy looks like.
Greetings. What can I do for you?
Right.
What can I do for you?
Haven't been working on my tasks
name?
as much as I should, so I want to do a few of those. And then let's do heavy carapaces again. There we go. Turn those in, and that should put me on my limit.
Greetings. What do you need?
There we go. That is task limit for the day. So let's turn in that letter to Calenglad here.
Greetings.
Leridan has written his thoughts down in a letter. Very well, let me see it. Leridan would ask me to abandon the city to Amarthael if it meant reclaiming the Palantir from her. He does not know what he is saying. Golodir always spoke well of this elf, but now I must question his judgment. I will not leave Annuminus in the hands of the enemy. We will save both the city and the stone, Kippen, or we will save neither. That is my decision.
What do you need?
Forgive me my anger, Kippen. It was not seemly. There is wisdom in Leridan's word, but you must see that the danger of leaving Annuminus to the Angmarim. If we do not stop Amarthael's ambition here beside Lake Nenwil, she will fortify the old city. Where then do you think her armies will go? Think of the Shire, a short march to the south, or Trestle Bridge to the east, already beset by orcs out of Angmar. We must turn the tide of the battle in our favor, Kippen, before we try to reclaim the Palantir. If we keep Amarthael's attention focused on the battles within the city, she will be forced to meet our challenges. She will have less time to use the Seeing Stone to find Narquil. My heart tells me that this is right, Kippen. If you stand with us, speak with Rosaloth in Annuminus. She will tell you how fares the battle. Pass through Minithrank in front of the city, and you will come to the courtyard of Gwelmband. Rosaloth will tell you what you can do to help in this fight. Okay, perfect. So let me reorganize a couple things here. Let me get rid of this for now. I'm not ready to venture into Annuminus. And then, what else have we got? Burning Island. Solve the riddle. So let's do that. And then let's do that. So we are... You know what? Before we go across the lake, let me go do these right here. Alright, let's go. Now, before I do some of this. Once I get to the ruins, I do have to read about the history of it a little bit in this letter. That way we can get a little bit more backstory. That's always fun. Looks like I can cut across here. And I think this is it. Yes, it is. There should be a deed for the ruins here. So let me dismount first of all, and let's go ahead and read this. No effect, huh? Alright, so I think I already got all the backstory that I could have had. And let's kill some of the animals here. And remove the ivy. Kill a few more of these bad boys. So I need 3 more of those and then a ton of ivy. These sneaky freaking tomb robbers. A bunch of clowns. Go ahead and shoot a spear into this one. Perfect. Then let me blast that guy. And this guy. Oh, that was already all of them? Thought I needed 2 more. That's alright. Okay. Need a lot more of these. Let me get on my horse and look for 3 more. Probably on the outside here, I'm thinking. Then let me run around the periphery, see if I see anything. There's one right here. I need 1 more. Not really seeing anything. There we go. I feel like I already had that one, but maybe not. Obviously not. There, done with that. Oh, we can continue with the next one already. The next estate within the fields is Tham Verin. It is a place we know little about. The records we have found only describe its name. It is an enigma indeed. The only thing I know is that the tomb robbers have been swarming over it as of late. Given our focus elsewhere, it has been ripe for picking, and they have slowly stripped out any valuable information we could find to glean its identity. It is not enough that we battle nature and time as enemies to our history. We have to deal with greedy robbers who want to deny us our past and identity. It cannot be tolerated. Alright. So we can defeat some tomb robbers right there, it looks like. So I only need 6 of them. It's not too bad. Let me go to where there's a little bit more of a crowd. There's really not that many of them here. They're kind of scattered. That's one. Go ahead and blast that one. And I got that bad boy. Just gonna throw a few spears at him, because why not? There we go. There's another one back there. That one's a little sneaky. And there's Bill Tripper. I wonder if he's gonna count. And there we go. Need one more. I should have killed that one outside, man, but I ignored him because I thought there would be plenty of them in here. Let me go ahead and destroy him. There we go. That's that. You turn a blind eye to a corner of the region for just a moment, and something momentous happens that you miss. Somehow, with all of our focus on the Tomb Raiders and bring it to the south, a scouting force from Angmar has slipped into one of the ruins. This is a disaster for us on several fronts. Something here is enough value for Angmar to send a force to find it. Something that we do not yet know ourselves. If they were to find this thing, it could turn the tides of war. Not to mention what could happen if they find the refuge of Tinodir. If they use the knowledge to somehow find Estelden, I cannot entertain those thoughts. We must drive them out, and we must sow confusion among those who remain. Their plans have been tacked to the walls of the ruins. If their numbers were thinned and their plans destroyed, perhaps we will stand a greater chance. Alright. So there is another ruin closer to the north. But let me come over here. I believe this is going to be the answer to that first riddle. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll go from there. There's a stone marker. The stone marker is surrounded by signs of digging. If it once marked the location of the treasure, it has surely been found. The marker bears an inscription, all but worn away with the passage of time. The inscription on this stone marker is barely legible, but the words can be made out. To settle disputes, men fight in the rings of stone. Outside the wall, my marker lies hidden. This new riddle may reveal the true location of the treasure. Alright, so we'll continue the treasure hunt and the exploration of ruins in the next episode, so thank you very much for watching. Be sure to leave a like on the episode, join the fellowship by hitting the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.